It's that time again. More turn one rings courtesy of legacy combo expert Tony Scaponi. Jewel's back. All right, what's going on? Eternal Gamers back with at least maybe the last one for now. One more legacy video courtesy of Tony Scaponi, the combo master over in Legacy. If you haven't already checked out his channel, it's a sweet one. So definitely go check it out if you are interested in different kinds of artifact combo decks, among other things in Legacy. So this is the iteration of Coveted Jewel that Tony took to a top 8 of a recent Legacy challenge. It's not the exact same list, but it's the same vein, same style. He's already moved on to bigger and better things with show and tells and that kind of innovations. But we're gonna take a step back and play a successful Jewel list here. So this is a lot more up my alley than the last iteration that we tried on stream. I felt like I did a very poor job of showcasing the deck, and I didn't really understand a lot of what Tony was trying to do with the last list. This list, however, actually caters a bit towards my understanding of Jewel as a quick combo deck, and I think it's actually a pretty cool way to build it. So you can already see in our mana base, we have that's a Saparazian Scary. Yeah, I've never said that one out loud either. And a Peat Bog, which is just some more fast mana lands to accelerate out our coveted jewels and our one rings. This time we have plenty of ways to copy our jewel. We've got 4 metamorph, 4 transmute artifacts, and 4 copy artifact. Sorry about not the old frame. This one was significantly cheaper at the time that I bought it. Sometimes it does be like that. So yeah, but we still have, of course, our one ring Paradox Engine Manifold Key going on with our Saga, and we have enough blue cards for 4. So let's take a quick peek. 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. Of course, the low end, but that's to be expected. So this is a sweet one. Where this one, I actually feel pretty confident in how I'm supposed to play the deck out, where we are going to be mulliganing to, early rings and jewels and trying to actually play a very combo-oriented game plan instead of playing, slower around Saga and being more nuanced and keeping hands with that have missing pieces. That was one thing I did really, really poorly in the first video, was I kept a lot of I mulliganed a lot of hands that Tony would have kept on the back of, he's like, well, if we just draw, this kind of missing piece, it's totally a viable thing to keep this hand. And that's something I was missing. It's something something I haven't really experienced in my mulligan heuristics recently, like in the past couple of years, as I've been mostly playing vintage, where that's not really the heuristic you're looking for with combo decks. However, it does make sense in my mind. I used to play a lot of Amulet Titan in Modern, and a lot of the time, you can, keep a hand that doesn't have a Titan payoff, but has like the necessary acceleration because you have so many ways to find a Titan. Similar idea, I would think. Maybe not the exact specifics, don't go into like too nuanced, but just the general idea. We have a cool little sideboard swaps where we can do, I watched a couple rounds of Tony's top 8. One of the common things against blue decks is you take out this Coveted Jewel, Paradox Engine, Emrakul package, and you bring in things like Lodestone Golem. I like that a lot. Lodestone, the little swap from combo into like Lodestone, copying Lodestone, copying Lodestone. Oh, I just think that's a great little innovation. So I'm going to do my best to take it slow, think through things, and hopefully present a lot of combos that my opponent has to answer. See how it goes. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content? Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. All right, let's see how quick and dirty this Legacy League can be with the powerful Jewel Ring combo deck. Actually, 6-8 Shock, that's an opponent I've played against before. Maybe an MTGO Grinder. Or maybe a Legacy player who sometimes plays Vintage. This hand is obviously missing artifacts, and it's missing fast mana, but we have Force, and we have a Ring and a Jewel. I kind of feel like this is a keep. This hand, if we're missing, an Ancient Tomb to make this hand work, my God, does our deck play Ancient Tomb, right? Like, our deck plays 4, 8, 12, 15 Ancient Tombs in it. So also have things like Monolith doesn't exactly work, but some options. So it makes me think that this hand is good. I have multiple threats. I have a way to not die to a combo deck. I have almost the requisite mana to play Magic. We'll see what happens. Something, of course, that I don't know a lot of right now is like the decks in Legacy. I don't play enough Legacy to know, like, oh, this is an Underground Saga and a Ponder. Does that mean it could mean Delver, Bowmaster, Scam? I'm sure it could still mean Storm, maybe. So lots of things this could mean. That's definitely something that will be different between a Legacy video that I make and a Vintage video that I make. I just don't have the same level of up-to-date metagame knowledge. A Moxed Diamond. Wow, a Moxed Diamond is pretty bad here. It's just really bad here because I didn't even know there was a Mox Diamond in this deck. I mean, I don't hate it. I think fundamentally that makes some sense. But good God, I don't have a land card, so. Let's see. Play an Urza Saga and a Petal out, I assume. Does it make sense to play more things out? Are there ways I could get punished for not playing more things out? Maybe something like a Chalice. Would an Underground Sea deck play a Chalice? Unlikely. Things I don't know. But questions I think are worth posing. So this was not what we were looking for. I thought for a second it was what we were looking for because it would have been an artifact to turn on the Opal, and that way we can make construct tokens and accelerate our mana. However, this will just go straight to my yard if I don't discard a land. I currently don't have a land to discard. Obviously, playing a Saga should be better. At the worst case scenario, we can go get another Petal. Float a mana, get a Petal. I have 4 mana. I can play a Ring, right? So I think the worst thing that can happen to us here is we get wastelanded, which seems like it could be a pretty reasonable thing to happen from our opponent's Underground Sea Ponder deck. Not much I can do about it. I just want to put myself in a position where I can draw these cards, and there are a lot of them. 1/3 of our deck is lands. And progress towards a ring, really. Jewel is a bit far off, but the ring should do it. By you. So is my opponent Bug or are they Storm? Is that right? Because I think in Legacy you have a Storm deck that runs these colors. Witherbloom Command. Well, that's a controlling Magic the Gathering card. So they're going to mill 3 cards, then return a land from the graveyard to hand. Cool. And destroy a non-creature, non-land permanent 2 mana cost 2 or less. Makes sense. Can I force this? I don't think forcing this is that good. So I am going to let my opponent, definitely Bug control. I'm going to let my opponent get their land back and kill my Petal. This has 2 targets, right? So I couldn't fizzle it. Yeah. I should probably still crack my Petal anyways, but for some spells that are modular like this, if they only produce 1 target, you could fizzle them with a cracking of your Petal. Looking for an Ancient Tomb. Did not draw an Ancient Tomb. All right, well, I mean, we were on the draw, and we gave ourselves multiple turns to hit land drops, and we just haven't yet. I wouldn't say it's lost, but that's certainly not good for us. Opponent didn't mill into a wasteland. That's like another reason maybe you do want to counter the Witherbloom Command in case they mill into a wasteland and return it. All right, so now we have no mana. But our opponent is not presenting a clock, which is pretty typical of these Leovold style decks. So I think, we can draw some running Ancient Tombs, and this game is still pretty reasonable. If we were to draw City of Traders into another Ancient Tomb, God, we don't want to draw those tapped lands though. We can just play a Ring with Force backup and hope it's good enough. If a Ring resolves, I assume that it's quite hard for my opponent to deal with and play, and so I think it would be pretty reasonable. Might just run away with the game still. We did do that. So we drew the City of Traders into the Ancient Tomb. So we drew these cards a little bit too late, but we are still going to get going here. So let's get a Ring. Now, obviously, my opponent can have about 1 million counterspells here. God, they can even have days. There's just 1 million ways this goes badly. Choose a opponent. They look at the top 4 cards of their library. Face Separate to a face up and a face down pile and put one pile in your hand and the other into your graveyard. The ring tempts you. Okay, yeah, sure. What the hell is this? That is a pretty good face up, face down pile. So I will put the Force of Will. How do I arrange these? I'm going to put the Force of Will in the face up pile, try to bait them into taking the Force of Will, and then just counter the Force of Will if they play it. Obviously, if they take the 3 cards, I think that's okay. The top card we prevented face up. So I want the top pile to be the face up Force of Will, the bottom pile to be 3 cards. Okay, so hopefully this is just impulse for Force of Will. And then they force is their only force, and I force back and we win. Nope, they took the 3 cards, which is a bad sign. It means they probably already have a counter spell, and I just gave them a daze, so. I mean, I couldn't give them force and daze, so I feel like, yeah, so they just had a force already. Basically the worst possible outcome where they hit 2 counter spells off of their impulse thing and already had a counter spell in hand, and yeah, it's just super lost. I needed that Sauron's Ransom to be a lot worse than it was. All right, I think I'm going to concede this game. Don't feel like it's a lot of point in playing it out anymore. Seems like it could be a challenging matchup. This definitely looks like a matchup where I'm going to do the thing where I board out these magic cards and I board into these magic cards. I don't know, maybe you board in Mightstone as well. And I can just board out Negation. I mean, we're not going to have enough blue cards for Force is something to be considering. I was trying to remember what other cards Tony took out when he played against a similar deck. Because I think you want to bring in these cards. This makes sense to me. I just want to make sure I know which cards to board out. I'm just going to go look really quick. I think that's probably a smart thing to do here so that I produce, quality content for you. My biggest concern is if you probably want to take out like Copy Artifact maybe, but then you're like losing too many blue cards for Force, right? So that's my only concern is maybe you don't even need Force in this deck. Is my opponent going to like Null Rod me, Collector Roof me? Maybe that doesn't even matter either. Let's see. How much time do I have? 2 minutes. I think we can figure this out. Sultai Beans. Is this Sultai Beans? There's 3 people on Sultai Beans. I feel like that's probably at least close. It might not be exactly Sultai Beans. It might be some kind of different version of a Sultai deck, but all right. So I'm seeing 4 Lodestone, 4 Wormcoil, no Mightstone, and then 2 Copy Artifact out. No Dismember, no Chain, no Negation, no PO, but there's no PO in our list at all. So I don't know. I kind of still think it's like kind of interesting idea to have the Mightstone in here. I'm gonna bring the Mightstone in. So this is obviously like no blue cards for Force of Will, and that's the thing that concerns me the most about this idea, but maybe that doesn't matter. What about Otawara? Do we care? Ooh. I somehow ended up in a Bosch and Roll video. YouTube is giving me all the legacy content. I think this makes sense to me. I did look up ahead of time, which is why I know the basic concept of this idea. I just wanted to know which cards I'm supposed to take out. All right. Let's try it like this. This seems like a reasonable way forward. I actually kind of like that Copy Artifact artwork. I know it's not, old school, old frame, but I think it's pretty interesting. So this hand, I think this hand's a mulligan. Our only land is City, and we play Ronolith, and then we just this is like, if we had another land, this hand's obviously good, but I think we can just do better than this. Is this doing better? Yeah, I guess it is. Kind of think we just put away the pedal and play turn 1 Saga, make them have Wasteland for it. If they have Wasteland for it, then we can just play the Scary and then the Tomb and then try to get towards Wormcoil. Man, this is like not that good. I feel like we don't want Force of Will at all in this matchup, but maybe we didn't have enough cards so we can cut. Like, what are we really forcing here? But what am I gonna cut? If I cut 4 forces, what do I play? It's not like they had creatures for Dismember. I guess maybe I'm just supposed to bring in this Otawara because it's a land. Like my opponent's wastelanding me and trying to mana screw me. Maybe you just bring in, like, that's a very vintage concept, so maybe that doesn't really apply here, but I'm just gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna bottom this pedal, and I'm gonna make the play I said, where I'm gonna wasteland check my opponent. If my opponent doesn't have a wasteland, the Saga can just kind of run away with the game, where I just play Ancient Tomb, make 2 Saga tokens, and then progress from there. No wasteland. It's good. Means we actually have some good action here. Lodestone. That'll be good after we start advancing. All right, Ancient Tomb. It's really cool to be able to play Legacy where I can play 4 Lodestone. I actually think this card is, I don't know, it's like a card that I enjoy and is kind of up my alley. That might surprise some people, but definitely too good of a card to have as a 4 of in Vintage. It's multiplicatively strong with Workshop and those kind of things. Though notably, one of the nice parts about Lodestone is it doesn't actually tax opponent's Moxen. I mean, maybe that's not a nice part for the Lodestone player, but like from a format perspective, like you can actually deploy your Moxen through a Lodestone and then maybe play your removal spell. The fact that Lodestone is like killable with Lightning Bolt and you can play Moxen through it means it has like some decent counterplay. But I think the biggest problem is this 5 power. If it was 4 power, obviously it's not as good, but I feel like it's like much more palatable, where 5 power, the number of swings you need is just so low. I'm not sure. All right, so my opponent may be fetching around Needle, maybe looking to remove something in response. Each opponent sacks a token. Yeah, I have enough like big threats coming that I don't think I care too much about just having my token be 1-for-1 removed here. Unfortunately, I'm not actually given very many good cards here. Probably just has to be a pedal. I don't have a monolith or I'd get a key right away, but I feel like a pedal makes sense. Play our tap land makes sense. I still have a lot of nice follow-up plays. My opponent hadn't had a wasteland before. Maybe they'll have a wasteland now, but I have like lots of really nice strong plays if I don't get wastelanded, so. Question. I'm asking no one because there is no one anymore. There is no chat. Question, YouTube viewers of the future. If my opponent casts a beanstalk here, am I supposed to counter it? Ooh. Yeah, again, this is fine. It's not exactly a 1-for-1, but they went and used 2 spells to beat my 1 Saga, so I think that's a worthwhile trade for us, and hopefully we draw a land that's untapped so we don't get dazed. We didn't. I think it's correct to just jam a ring. Sure hope we don't get dazed. I'd like to hit my land drop is like the big reason why I would jam a ring over this. I'm just gonna force back. All right. This isn't Fluster, is it? Must be Spell Pierce, right? Okay. All right. Well, I got dazed. Opponent has 4 cards left in hand. I have a Vanishing Land coming up here, but I still have a ring, so. See, I guess if they play a Leovold, the ring is no longer a line. They didn't get Wastelanded, though. So matchup seems like it could be pretty hard. They have a lot of counter magic, a lot of answers. I mean, maybe, like, maybe I'm not supposed to force the daze, but I don't know. I feel like time is of the essence when at any point I can be wastelanded and suddenly be losing the game. I feel like I'm just supposed to play a ring. They have hard cast negation now. I don't know. I feel like I have to. Maybe that's not actually the case, but brainstorm, looking for counters. I feel like I have just not had the resources I needed to compete with these draws. Maybe I was supposed to force the Witherbloom command, which would give me a blue mana so I could pay around days. Maybe that's where I went wrong here. I feel like I made a lot of choices in these games, so there's lots of opportunities for me to be wrong. I did resolve this though, which means I'm pretty happy. I didn't find a land, which means I'm not happy. So what's the worst thing that can happen here? Leopold? Wasteland. No wasteland though? Shouldn't we wasteland? What is the logic behind not wastelanding? Don't understand. City. So do I play a lodestone golem or do I play a scary so I can play a wormcoil? I think I'm playing a lodestone golem. I can still draw into a 2-mana land next turn, right? A problem here is our life total though. I'm at 8. This is going to tick for 2 to down me to 6. I'm going to tap this down to 4. If I tap it, I'm almost dead. I have to resolve and attack with Wormcoil. Not ideal. Not ideal, I would say. I mean, that's just the problem of Ancient Tomb, I guess. Could I have really realistically done things differently, though? Not sure. Oh, an opposition agent. I see. That is why we did not wasteland. What are we opposition agenting? Just my saga trigger? So now are you wastelanding a land and attacking, or I guess theoretically if they have another removal spell, they kill this and yeah, all right. Well, this just feels really challenging. Feels like my opponent had too many answers for me here. Realistically, what do we have? Shut the draw, another ring, which we did. Enter the battlefield as a copy. So I could actually copy artifact and not take the 2 damage. Is that better? Probably. All right, so I have protection. I have a new ring. I didn't play a land. No, I did. I played a city. What this does is it lets me keep my Ancient Tomb so that if I draw Ancient Tomb activation, so if I draw another city, which is starting to get a little less likely, I can actually play my Wormcoil engine. Kind of an interesting one, actually. I still feel like I missed some things that could have helped us here. Island cycling. This deck seems pretty sweet. Feels like a very legacy blue player deck. Mystic Sanctuary. Damn, the Bayou Mystic Sanctuary Witherbloom combo. They gonna drain me out? Brainstorm into it? Beans into it? Don't use your green mana. Ooh, you used your green mana, friend. All right, so now if I use my Ancient Tomb, they drain me out. Oh, maybe I should have just activated my ring. No, probably not. Monolith. The thing has drain on it, right? Where the hell did it go? Witherbloom command. It has target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Because we can play a Wormcoil, yeah? No, not yet. Okay. So I think we just die, right? Target opponent? Target opponent. All right, well, I guess I theoretically can go to 1 and make a new ring. I'm just like never actually getting out of this though, right? Like I'm never gonna be able to get an attack off. All right, let's just concede. I think that's fine. Those games were not promising, but I feel like I could have done things differently. So I don't have a lot of answers. I think the biggest one in this game is maybe I should have countered this Witherbloom command. I counter the Witherbloom command, then I don't have to worry about daze. I guess I still get spell. I mean, maybe my Witherbloom gets spell pierced, and then I still get dazed. So it doesn't matter. It might not matter. I did draw the Ancient Tombs like I wanted to, but I kind of drew them a turn too late, and I fell behind in tempo. Whereas if I'm able to get like a lodestone out early, maybe it's different. All right. All right, round 2. I can't help but feel like I was missing something in those first rounds. We'll have to see. This hand has Force of Will, has turn 1. This is the hand. This is what I've been looking for the whole time. Every single Jewel League, this is what I've been asking for. On the play, Monolith, Petal, the One Ring. What more can a guy ask for, really? Got to put a ring on it. God, didn't even have to use Force. Don't know if drawing now or drawing later is better. Let's draw now. God, next turn I draw a million cards. The game is over. From this spot, with a Force of Will and an active turn 1 ring against the format, what's my like percentage? It's gotta be super high, right? Another tropical island, huh? There's a lot of tropical islands going on. I was looking at the Tony top 8 video, and there was like 4 or 5 Sultai decks in 8 rounds. Is that just like the go-to form of control or Delver, or what's going on? All right. All I know is I have an active ring. I'm drawing. Good for some mana. That's definitely some mana. This. I think this is a jewel angle, looks like. Because this is 3 mana. Oh, this is getting forced. I kind of think I just force back and keep going, right? I don't have to, but I force this. I play and I activate and I get to jewel. They pitched a daze. This is just fine, right? Like this is whatever. What's like the worst thing that's gonna happen if I like wait nothing, right? Like how are they really beating my ring? They're just not. Oh, they have double force. So they brainstormed into double force. Oh, Blighted Agent. Is this the same player we played against that other time? I see. Again, I think this is fine. Like next turn, I'm gonna draw another 3. I'm gonna find 2 mana and jewel combo them, right? My opponent used 4 cards that turn. They can't kill me this turn, even if they were to play like Inkmoth Go. All right, so we're just looking for the ability to play Jewel. I guess we could theoretically not find it, but that seems kind of unlikely. Do I have something to play if I play Engine first? I have 6 mana, so I actually don't. I can't play Engine and trigger the Engine, so I guess we'll just play Jewel. Have a Force for a daze. I guess if this doesn't work out, things are bad because my opponent technically has an Inkmoth and Steel, but like I have Force, double, triple copy, so can't imagine this isn't winning, right? I have 8 million copies. Little butterfly. Cool. I have so many copies. I'd like to get to a Paradox Engine here. There we go. Now, play a Paradox Engine. Play a Petal and whoop! You may concede the game at any time. All right, blue, 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 blue. Whoop. I don't even need to draw cards, right? I guess I could have. Doesn't really matter. Everything we do is going to win the game. Blue, 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 blue. I guess we can draw some cards. What's the worst that could happen? Sure. Let's do another copy. What are we doing here, opponent? Why are we playing the game? I'm just looking for the Emrakul, right? There's no actual way for me to search for the Emrakul, is there? Blue. There's an Emrakul. Now my opponent will concede, right? Surely. I play another ring to get rid of that, and I discard the hand size. And then I can just copy this and put it back in my yard and untap. Very nice, very nice. That was exactly how I thought this deck should work, which is a good thing. Now I have to ask myself, what do you do when you play against Infect? I have no idea. What am I supposed to do? Dismember. Dismember, that seems like a clear answer. Dismember, Mightstone, Odawara, probably. Are we loadstoning? Is that the right answer? I don't know. It doesn't feel like that would be the right answer, but maybe. Like, are you supposed to just go combo down? Are they like oofing? I don't know. I gotta go look at a list. I definitely have to go look at a list. I don't know. How would one know? SYL Wester Strew. And yeah. Ah, yes. The Infect Master, apparently. 12 creatures, 16 creatures. Caracas, Bog, Rotation, Cage, Fluster, Blast, Veil, Vigor, Seeds of Innocence. Interesting. I'm not entirely convinced I'm supposed to get out of this, but I think the key is the ring, right? The key seems like it's the ring. Again, we're going to be super low on forces, right? And super low on blue cards. Maybe I can trim, like, some of the super fast mana. They are Wasteland decks, so maybe you just can't do that. I'm going to trim one Bog. And then they have enough creatures that are not Ink Moth to... I guess it's 12 Infect creatures and 4 Hierarch. To play Mightstone seems reasonable. Just trim a copy. Let's try this. I am not 100% sure that this makes sense. I think on the draw... I mean, on the draw, this doesn't really get better, though. I feel like on the play, I'm going to go back to comboing. Is one Dismember enough? Can't imagine this is what I want to keep. Now I have nothing. So that's great. I think this is still fine, though. We have turn 1 Saga, right? I guess this transmute's, like, not the best. Glisten her elf. Maybe I did just want one Dismember. So, like, thinking back on my old Modern days, if they have double Invigorate you don't want to dismember right away. Ooh, Wasteland. So I can die here, right? It's just Invigorate, Berserk kills me. Target creature gains hexproof and the roll token. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Oh, it just costs 1? Weird. I don't know. Obviously, a Dismember in response to that would have been pretty good, so. How explosive is this deck? 2 Berserks. It's mostly on the back of Invigorate, right? Man, I wish this bog was a scary, then I could actually hold up Odawara. If the bog was a scary, I could have hold up Odawara, and then I would feel like I would be less likely to die here. I guess Odawara is going to get countered by Ward, because I only have 4 mana, so scratch that. Alright, well, I have a Mightstone to kill this Glistener Elf next turn. I don't know how useful that is. Use up 2 vanishing counters here. Depletion counters, I should say. Can't really beat Daze off it either, but I guess I could draw cards if they Daze me. This is a stand-up hit for 3. Obviously dying to Invigorate. That's 7. Yeah, I mean, even this Mightstone's like not even remotely good enough. I feel like I'm just supposed to combo kill my opponent. I feel like this game plan I boarded into looks like garbage. The One Ring. That seems really good. I can't even like transmute into anything though, right? Because I just took out my whole combo. I just have 4 stays. I guess I die. Okay. All right. New plan. This lodestone shit. Get that out of here. Give me my jewels and my engine and my worm coil. I'll keep the dismembers, obviously. And I think I'm going to keep the Mightstone as well. And then this doesn't bounce Ink Moth. It's probably still worth it, though. What is the worst card in my deck? Opal number 2. This Odawara stinks. Do the Odawara. I don't know if that's actually true. It could be fine. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. Turn 1 ring. Turn 1 scary. Turn 2. Yeah, I think that's fine. Not particularly thrilled, but it feels good enough. Drawing a blue card probably good. Hierarch, sure. Gonna really advance our mana here. This plays around Daze. Maybe they force this. Would actually be pretty good. God, I hope they don't Seeds of Innocence me, huh? Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. All right. Well. Wait, that didn't actually... Yeah. This is 7 mana next turn for Jewel. So hopefully nothing bad happens. I untap, draw a blue card for Force, and cast Jewel. Though I don't have that many blue cards in my deck. Though I guess Jewel, like, into the Noble Hierarch is maybe not the best idea, but our deck should be winning off most Jewel activations, right? Like, our deck has a million copy artifacts, transmute artifacts, and metamorphs. Like I have 12 or something, right? All right. Well, our blue card count might come to bite us here. They're digging. I guess I don't have to jam Jewel. I can wait. And I can loot with Relic. Can I wait if they play this Glistener Elf? They're tapped out, so no Spell Pierce. Just give me a blue card. Make it easy on me. Dismember. I'm casting Jewel. It resolved, but I didn't draw any of my copies or blue cards. So that's a problem. The good news is they can attack and I can dismember and hopefully not lose my Jewel, but... Wow, I didn't draw a blue card or... I guess all my blue cards are copies, but... I didn't draw a blue card or a copy, right? That's not good. How? I mean, I didn't have all of them in, right? I did cut one, right? Cut one. So I had 11 copies to draw to in 3 cards with 51 cards remaining. Oh. I gotta let them declare attackers. Hope they don't attack with both. If... Alright. Respond as exalted with a dismember. They steal the Jewel. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 off. They can't pump. They can't. They'd have to have. I mean, they can have a lot of things. Let's be real. They can have a lot of things here. But the good news is they only attack with this and not this. Days. Sure. Did I fuck up by paying all my mana for this? Should I have just paid 1? No. Okay. They were just dazing to get me to use my monolith. Fair. Okay. All right. I guess yeah, maybe I should have used 1 life, 2 life instead of 4 life, and that way I don't have to tap my monolith. Seems like that's maybe a small misplay that could cost us. Because if I had 3 mana here, I'd have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That'd be close. All right. Well, I have a lot of looks because I have a relic, but I lost 3 mana. Transmute. Okay. No reason not to play that. Pretty sure this is supposed to become a second Jewel. Or I need more cards. Yeah, engine. There we go. So I can go engine. I can loot. I can play the key. Okay, we got there. Wow, 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 wow. We had to play this player, didn't we? Another match. I think in one of our other videos. Kind of wild. Infect is not really a deck, right? It's just this player. Pretty fun though. All right, we're back for round 3. I did quite enjoy that last round. It was pretty fun. Hopefully we can do something similar here. We're we're up against Forks, who is like known Goblins aficionado, so we'll have to see how that goes. Our hand has a force, but doesn't have a payoff. My opponent has also correctly guessed Tony must have made you do it again. I am trying to hide that by saying I love Legacy, but we'll see. We'll see if that flies. I don't think this hand does it for me though, especially if my opponent's gonna play a Cavern deck. Let's mulligan. Why is this hand like not that much better? It's the same hand, but it's just not that much better. I mean, this one I think you need to keep on the back of Saga, right? Or no? Saga, not as good in Legacy as it is in Vintage. I'm going to keep this hand, though. I think this hand has... I mean, it's the same as my last hand. I don't really want to go to 5, but at least I have a Saga instead of having nothing, so... Mox. So it is Vintage, what you're saying. See if they have a Cavern. Make me look stupid. Moxus. Cavern. God damn it. Am I supposed to counter the Chrome Mox knowing they're probably playing Goblins? Maybe. Name sticker Goblin. That can't be countered, but the payoff can be countered, so... A little weird. What's your record and are you recording? Nope. No ringleader for you. Aha. Wait, I feel like we're winning now. Now I feel like we're super good. Oh my god, a ring? A ring-a-ding-ding? Oh, we are winning. We're doing the winning for sure. All right. I guess we make a construct, and we deploy a ring, and our opponent concedes, I assume? Sweet. Or do we just play a ring right now? I feel like that might even be better. Not 100% sure it's better, but it feels like it might be better. Like, do you really need constructs when I have a ring? The answer's gotta be no, right? What's a ring? Like, what's a construct to a ring? What can my opponent even really do from here? Jewel. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean... Key... 1, 2, 3, 1... Where... All right. Well, I ran out of stuff. I'll just make a new ring, probably. Oh, wait. They still get to steal my freaking jewels, don't they? That was really bad. I was supposed to draw cards. I'm bad. I just, like, got lazy. I have protection, but they can still be unblocked. I lost the game. My bad. Oh, oh no, I'm so bad. Wait, so I was supposed to just use it to draw 4 cards and hope to draw mana? Yeah. I mean, maybe my ring still wins, but now I don't even have like a construct to steal him back. Hmm. I mean, I think we can still probably win this game, but I definitely did make my life harder. I'll have to go back and look and see what it looked like. It was what? It was a draw 4 or a draw 3 or something? Oh, it's actually like way better than that, right? Because I have copy artifact and transmute artifact only cost 2. I was thinking a lot about how oh my. 6 mana Muxus. Ringleader, Bombardier. Prospector. I mean, the thing is, I still don't even die, right? If I have another ring. Like, that's the most fucked up part of this whole thing is I'm not even sure I'm losing, even though I made such a bad mistake. I guess if they have a Trash Master in their main. I'm not sure if they do have a Trash Master in their main, but... yeah, it was like really bad. It was like a draw 4, and I had the ability to draw copy artifact and transmute artifact. It was like just not even remotely close to being right. Just a huge misplay. I just kind of forgot that they could steal my jewels through my ring. I don't know why I forgot that. It's a very basic thing, but I did. So transmute artifact. So I can transmute for +1 mana into a paradox engine. And then we win anyways, probably. Well, what if I transmute for +3 mana into Paradox Engine? I want a Paradox Engine. So if I do Scurry and Key on my ring and turn it into a Paradox Engine, and then I play Ancient Tomb, Monolith, untap my Monolith. Sorry, I untap my Monolith with my Key. And then I do the same thing. What if I play my Ancient Tomb, untap my Monolith with my Key, and... God, I'm just so out of shape here. Sorry. Play Ancient Tomb, play Monolith, make 3 mana, go down to 2 mana, up to 5 mana. No. Play Ancient Tomb, untap Monolith. I have 1 mana floating. I then make 3 mana, 4 mana floating, turn this. I need to like have a fail case. I guess a ring is my fail case, right? So I'll just I might be missing something where I can do something more powerful than this. But I'm going to transmute this into a paradox engine. Paying the 1. I should have untapped something first. Ancient Tomb. Untap this. Tap this. Play a Monolith. Untap everything. Blue. Tap. Untap everything. 11. 1 ring. Untap everything. Protection. Draw. Saga. Untap. Draw. All lands? 5, 6, 9, 12, 13. 6, 9, 12, 13. I lost 1 mana, so I'd never had enough for that anyways. All right, well, your move, opponent. Again, without a Trash Master and I have protection, does it matter? I don't know. I'm not a Goblins player. Is there any Goblins they can play that kill me? I mean, if they have Trash Master. Matron, uncounterable. Wait, why'd they make the Matron uncounterable? They have another one? They have a Trash Master? They just got another Muxus? Oh, they're trying to Muxus into the Trash Master? Name sticker. So I just counter the Muxus in case they do have a Trash Master. I don't know. Oh, could I have forced my own spell? No, there was no spell I could have forced, right? Oh my god, I get a draw though. No, because my last spell was the ring. Negate my own thing to draw 4 more. What am I drawing? Am I drawing into anything here? Chain. I don't think that matters. All right, none of this matters, right? Like, we just win anyways. Oh, I guess the Emrakul doesn't kill them immediately, but we can, like, copy it and draw it back again. Wow. I'm not even going to get punished for my terrible play? There's no justice in the world. All right, so I lose some life. No one cares. I draw a million cards. So Sorry, I kind of went nonverbal there. My bad, my bad. I was like thinking about how I'm putting all this together. So what's going on is I'm gonna take my extra turn. I'm gonna attack them, bring back my jewels, and then get my jewel, and then I'm going to just play another Emrakul. I guess I could have played a sock. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, everything is winning from here. There are more cards over here. I'm just trying to get rid of enough cards. Oh boy, wow, sorry. I like just like thinking about what I needed to do there was kind of wild. So I attack for 15. My opponent sacks the jewel. Oh, they sack the jewels. Yes, of course. I still have a jewel in my own deck though, so no problem. I also have an active ring with a Paradox Engine, so also no problem. And so now all I need to do is cast another Emrakul. Oh, maybe I should have. No, that's protection from colored spells. Okay, so draw, untap. I think this is just the quickest way. Draw, cast, draw, untap, draw. All right. Cast Emrakul. Take an extra turn. Actually, let this Emrakul die so I can shuffle all the things back into my library. Wow. I did not get punished for a terrible play, which is not great, but also I'm like happy I figured out how to fix it, which is sweet. So my opponent got to steal my jewels that game and did not win. All right, now the question is, do we board into Wormcoil Engines? I have no idea. I like kept up the Tony things so I could like look at matchups. And I played against like Infect and Goblins instead of like anything that is normal. So I don't even know. Like, I guess I'll go find a Goblins list and see what they've got. Is there any of them goblins? Any goblins? Okay, so it's all aggro stuff. And then in the sideboard, they bring in null rods, chalices, trash mat. Okay, yeah, definitely. So engine, jewels out, worm coils in, lodestones in, mightstone in, Odawara, dismember in, forces probably out, force out. Still want ring, right? It's still that broken, right? And then relic seems like I don't care. Key still seems good. All of this seems good. All of this seems good. Maybe just take one opal out. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't do anything good. Let's mulligan that one. Maybe I'm supposed to take more transmutes out. Don't know. I don't want a hand with a dismember, but can beggars really be choosing? Like they're a fast stack. They're like a pretty crazy combo. They don't have what's it called anymore though, which is kind of interesting. There's no lackey. Ooh, they only made 4 mana. Unlucky. Oh wow, that's so broken. What the heck? That's 6 damage. Wow, that's so good. Holy crap. They didn't even matter. I have a ring coming though, so does it anything even matter? This was so cool. What the heck? They have a land follow-up? Am I dead? 2, 6, 12, 10, 11? Wow. All right, well, ring a ding ding, I guess. Do I draw? I don't feel like I need to draw. I'm gonna go to 2. Oh, this worm coil is not enough, is it? Well, it's not gonna be enough because they're gonna be too big. Is it gonna be too big? Block, gain 6 to 10, take 3, 5, 7, 9, exactly 10? Oh, wait, I'm gonna go even lower. Wow, okay. I mean, what am I really doing here besides playing it and hope they fuck up? Damn. Should I have played? I mean, Lodestone playing Lodestone out wasn't good. Oh, wait, they did. Oh, no, they just add mana. Okay, yeah. I'm just. Oh, double activate. I'm super dead. I wonder if I could have made any different plays there besides, like, keep a better hand. I mean, I played turn 2 Ring, didn't I? I played turn 2 Ring and died, right? Wow, that deck's cool. It's very different than Vintage Goblins, but I still think I'm supposed to not go combo life here, though. Could be wrong. I would need someone to tell me I'm wrong. I probably. This is mana away from turn 1 Ring. I have removal for the name sticker, though. Probably fine. Name sticker is the weird one where you can remove it and they get nothing. So I guess this hand's really bad against Null Rod. So maybe that's a mistake. Yeah, this is an Urza Saga versus Null Rod. Justin. They mulligan to 4. I don't know. Like, keeping a hand based on Null Rod is like a little hard, I think. All right. Well, I probably should have at least considered this some more than I did, but let's see what they got for me. Mountain Null Rod. Mountain Go. Mountain Go is good. Transmute Artifact. That is gotta be the worst draw in the whole deck. I have an Opal. It's not very good. Name sticker. Oh, Rabble Master. All right. Well, I mean, I have a ring, so bad can it be, right? Not ideal. I have no lands. Hope they don't Null Rod me. Man, I'm so lucky they mulliganed. My hand did not work out. If they hadn't mulliganed, I'd be so doomed. I might still be doomed. Where are my lands? Here they are. Oh, I could transmute into what? A lodestone? Doesn't seem good. I just think I just got lucky in this game that my opponent mulliganed. I think my keep was probably awful if I had to guess. I think we're gonna turn this ring into something. Or I could turn this into a 5-drop. I think I'm just gonna make a bunch of worm coils. I guess my opponent can just play a Muxus, right? Is that enough? Skirk Prospector is also pretty good against Wormcoil, huh? Maybe my line was kind of shit. I was like kind of worried about dying, but God, I think I'm just bad at this game. All right, so I can transmute this into another Wormcoil and then copy the Wormcoil. Maybe I should just be getting another ring. My mana is like kind of garbage now, right? So maybe that was like pretty bad. I think the initial sack of the ring looks pretty bad. Oh, they tapped like the Muxus, so the game continues. That's pretty sick. Wait, are we just gonna lose? I kind of deserve to lose. Oh God, they hit Matron, right? So they can sack everything and get a Trash Master. Oh no, no, it's so bad. If these worm coils were just combo pieces, I'd easily win this game. But because I went worm coils, I'm losing. I should never have sacked this ring, right? I was so worried about this happening and I'm dying. But maybe I'm just dying anyways. I might just be dead anyways, right? Oh, they're just sacking all face. What the? Wow. I don't think so. Like, Wormcoil's good against everything except for exactly Muxus, right? Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I feel like I lost this game, right? Like, it must be I made the wrong choice in how I approached the game plan. Well, clearly my keep was bad. But then I don't. I mean, this is the kind of the reason why I didn't want to keep the one ring around because I was worried about some kind of haste play. But I think I'm just dead to every haste play anyways. So I mean, maybe not all haste plays kill me from here, but like they could still like do some like sack into things and stuff. I don't know. I'll have to ask. Let me know in the comments if I'm supposed to be playing Wormcoil in this matchup or if I'm supposed to be playing combo pieces. I definitely feel like I just feels like I'm wrong, right? Pretty cool though. I like it. Very, very cool. All right. I feel like I'm learning a lot, so that's pretty good on the play. Nope. Yep. Wow. This is just the turn one ring hand. I love the turn one ring hand. Not even just the turn one ring hand. This is the turn one ring hand with the key. So it super wins the game. This is the nuts. This was a 6-card hand too. Oh, let's go. Man, this deck is silly sometimes, huh? Hey, we got some scary mirrors here. Unfortunately, friend, I'm on the play, so I will draw 8 million cards. I think we just want to go scary go and try to win next turn with a force still. I probably should keep the Saga over the Scary. I mean, it's possible my opponent like goes and plays a ring or something and it's bad or something. I don't know. They can just go copy on my ring too. Just copy artifact. Any artifact? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They only have one blue mana right now, though. Wait, this is just going all the way up to Jewel. That's pretty sick. This mirror is going to be a fucking mess. Could I have won the game that turn? I didn't have any blue mana, right? Oh, they had force backup? All right. Am I going to lose this game? Is the ring bad? What was I supposed to do differently? I didn't have blue mana. They should just copy the ring. They should not they should just copy Jewel, not the ring. They should just try to kill me this turn. If they give me a turn, like, copy artifact and metamorph both can copy Jewel, like, they're never winning, right? So, where did that go? Oh, they went for ring. I think that was a bad call. Opponent from last round is telling me I should have stayed for a combo and not gone worm coils. So that makes sense to me. Let's just do copy artifact. Yeah, I mean, this just looks completely winning for me, right? Transmute into a paradox engine. I'm not even optimizing this or anything. So this just annihilates their board. I'm going to do that twice and then pass back with full forces. Yeah. Yup. I can easily draw through my whole deck again. Deck is really crazy, huh? Super cool. Kind of wish this was like easier to do, but it doesn't really need to be. It's pretty fast, all things considered. Just don't really have a lot to talk about. Oh, there's my Emrakul. All right, so I cast this and then keep this one. Everything else shuffles back in. I get rid of this ring. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I guess this is fine. Yeah, and then I go to my next turn where I discard all my lands, get rid of their ring, and pass with multiple forces. My opponent said, I don't think I can win any games if I have a single turn with no permanence. And I said, not through 4 Force of Wills. Yeah. Wild. So this has got to be crazy matchup because you can copy artifact your opponent's stuff. All right, so it's definitely negations. Yeah, so I definitely misevaluated that Goblins matchup, which is, I think, a pretty reasonable mistake to make with me not knowing how strong Goblins were. But man, was it a costly mistake, huh? What the hell am I supposed to take out? Can I take out like this island? And I don't know, the relic or something? Oh, I am boarding an Odawara. Let me just take out one Peat Bog, one island, one relic, one opal, one chain. No, I kind of want like as many forces as I can, right? I got as many blue cards as I can. I'm not sure that these are correct. I'm just trying to maximize the chance I have force. Like that seems like the most important thing by a huge margin. So yeah, man, I wish I could take back like Goblins game and play combo. Man, it's okay. Let's learn. I hopefully everyone else learned something from my mistake, and that makes it a worthwhile video. I think. Typically, that's actually true. Typically, a video where I make mistakes is probably easier to learn from than at least when I identify the mistakes. Right? Does it make it more worthwhile? Makes it less exciting, but. Ooh, was this wrong? Was I actually supposed to go Ancient Tomb City so I could play Ring? Hmm. I was thinking about playing like a double blue card controlling game, but that doesn't seem like an actually good idea. If I could go Ring this turn and then Engine on the next turn, isn't that like 8 times better? Because they could just go Jewel this turn. I guess if they, I guess like how much are they gonna brick? If I draw a blue card, it changes. Like there's a lot of things to go there. I'm gonna make one construct and then get a key and play a jewel, or sorry, play a ring and try to draw cards to force. Yeah, I like this play. So this gives me a lot of looks for a blue card. Cool. All right. So now I have a counter spell, though this does not counter Metamorph. And then next turn we can win with Engine, hopefully. Kind of interesting. Really, really weird mirror. Very odd mirror. Kind of reminds me of the Oath mirror almost. I don't think it has like a lot of. It's weird. It probably doesn't have that many similarities with the Oath mirror, but it just kind of reminds me of like the same kind of emotions as the Oath mirror. So this is copy artifact. Oh, they have nice looking copy artifacts. They have a follow up Metamorph as well. Yeah. Okay. The problem is just a ring isn't going to do it unless they have force for my engine, right? This looks super winning to me. So I can draw again and still have enough for engine. I'm trying to find a force of will, really. That's all I kind of need in this game to lock it up. All right, sweet. All right, so this game looks one. It's their last cards. Jeez. Ooh, the little mirror action. All right. Okay, here we go. Fifth and final match of this Legacy League. I'm pretty happy with this league so far, content-wise. I hope you are too. We had a very wide set of opponents in terms of decks, and I think some successful evaluations of game plan and execution of game plans, some successful evaluations of game plan and unsuccessful executions, and then we also had some incorrect evaluations of game plan where we were rightfully punished. So I'm pretty happy overall. It's a really nice mix. Hopefully everyone is learning things along with me. The Goblins one sticks out like a sore thumb to me. Just like clearly I have not played against that aggro Turbo Muxus Goblins enough to understand to the end, or I haven't played against it really, so I didn't understand exactly its capabilities. Its capabilities are crazy and can easily kill the through Wormcoil Engine. But that's what assumptions get you, right? This hand is definitely a keep. I've got fast mana in the ring. Honestly, I apologized earlier for this new frame, but I really like the artwork, so I think I'm gonna keep them. You can yell at me. Comments below. I'll allow it. Doesn't it look pretty? Kaladesh, nice blue, like blues and purples and reds. I thought the Kaladesh like invention slash metallic creatures and stuff were pretty cool. I don't know. Is Kaladesh a well-received set? I mean, I know that I enjoyed the standard it was in, even though it was like a broken standard. And I mean, I'm an artificer at heart, right? So any artifact set is gonna make me happy. I don't know. I actually just have no idea. So we'll see. Okay, I don't know what's going on with opponent. They mulliganed to 6. I kept 7, so they're currently evaluating their 6-card hand at the moment. I guess if I do more of this off-stream content, maybe I invest in figuring out the program that takes out downtime. I don't know. Something, you know, is I don't usually shut up, which makes the cutting out dead time hard. But we'll see how that goes for the off-stream content a little bit more. Chalice on 1. All right, well, we dodged Chalice on 0. That's nice. 1 we don't particularly care about. Not saying it's wrong of my opponent, but it's just very funny to me as a vintage player Chalice is pretty much always on 0. Could copy artifact and name Chalice on 0 on our opponent. Doesn't seem like a good idea. Definitely interested in Saga Gaming, but I think we're more interested in One Ringing, aren't we? I guess if we get Karned, we're interested in Saga Gaming. So, yeah. That's a really good reason, right? If opponent is going to Karn us, I think we're more interested in Saga Gaming than we are in playing a ring. Obviously, playing our 0 drops into a Karn is bad, but also if they just have a second Chalice and play Chalice on 0, it's also like a thing to play around. So I think I'd rather just play them around the Chalice. Oh, is it initiative? Okay, so it's not Karn. Oh, it's Goblins again? Oh, I see. Oh, that feels bad. But if we don't die, we have a ring. Maybe. But not right away. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, this is my redemption arc, chat. 6 mana? Oh, come on. God damn it. I guess in real life, we would know it's 6 mana, right? But in Magic Online, we roll the dice. Am I just dead? Do I just die? What the fuck? Excuse my language. 2, 8, 9, 13, 19? $18. That was close. So I need to draw City of Traders or Lotus Petal or Mox Diamond to cast a ring. Or, hear me out, Urza Saga die. I could not have copied Artifact. Shit. So I lost this game because I played Urza's Saga instead of Scary. Because if I had played Scary, I could play a ring this turn and maybe still win. Was I supposed to play around my opponent hitting me for 18 haste? What is this deck? Is this a thing? This is what people are doing? Sheesh. Okay, all right. Well, all right, Legacy, I see you. All right, so this time I am not going to board out my combo pieces, and instead I am going to board in Dismember. Island, maybe. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to bring in Otawara for Null Rod as well. So we'll do that. We'll bring in Otawara for Null Rod, and we'll bring in Dismember for the name sticker goblin, and try to combo him. Okay, so if my opponent was gonna my opponent led City of Traders Chalice on 1. Am I supposed to expect goblins? I kind of thought my opponent would be on like the Karn decks, but maybe that was a stupid thing to think. I don't know. Legacy's a changing. I have jewels, but I'm pretty far away. Probably still a keep though, right? The question becomes, do I keep open Dismember? I feel like I do. If I keep open Dismember, then obviously I'm slower, but I feel like I limit a lot of the ways that I die, right? And they can easily do that stuff on turn 1. Chalice on 0 this time, huh? Like, all they need is a Simian Spirit Guide, right? And then they just do it on turn 1. Master. Am I supposed to kill the Ramble Master, though? I'm gonna kill the Ramble Master. I don't know if it's right. It's so much weaker than the other stuff they're doing, but we'll get out of hand pretty quickly. Immediately draw one of my 0 drops. Not the best. All right, so this is 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana. Because they named a Chalice on 0 here, I actually can't Shul next turn. Okay, so they have 3 mana again. Do they just like go Namestick or Muxus kill me because I killed this Rabble Master? Is that what happens? I'm kind of learning these play patterns. Like against like Sultai Control and the Mirror and like these decks I've seen before. I feel like I have a good idea, but this Goblins deck is a whole new thing for me. Turbo. I assume it's called like Turbo Muxus or something like that. Ooh, just hit a broadside bomber. Interesting. So interesting. Okay, cool. I haven't played against it before in my life. I mean, I played against the old Goblins deck, the Vile deck, and I played against the Vintage Goblins deck, which is the combo deck. But this is very different. That is not what I wanted to draw, is it? It might have been, actually. 3. Okay, so I can go and get a... I can't get a Mox Diamond. I can only get a Petal. So I get a Petal, 2 mana. Monolith, 5 mana. Engine, untap, and I don't do anything with it. God, that's so frustrating. But has to be, right? I had a land I could diamond. All right, Petal. Monolith. Engine. I think I throw into the untap now in case they scrap master my engine. That way I at least have mana. So next turn I have 5 mana and an engine. Broadside Bombardiers, attack. 4. This is a lot less powerful. I'm glad I dismembered the Rabble Master though. The level of power difference between the start in game 1 and the start in game 2 is quite substantial. I drew no, I'm gonna die. Oh, I needed better draws than these. I mean, I still have outs, right? Not really. Draw 0 drop. Bombardiers attack. 6 damage. Fling route. Oh, it's 9 damage if they fling. Oh, it's 10 damage exactly if they fling the freaking rate. No, they can do it post combat, and anything kills me. Ah. Okay. Wow. Sheesh. That was. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know if that one was my fault. That one, I feel like I could have just drawn a little better, and we would have gotten our way out of there. Draw the ring, win the game. Yeah. 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 This one I feel like was just unfortunate. Like if these 2 cards are in the other order, we very easily win this game, right? We play the ring, we draw, we have protection, we untap. I think we just win very easily. Play the jewel, untap. Yeah. So this was an unfortunate one, but game 1, like, oh boy, was that fast than I thought it would be. All right. So a 2-3. We won the mirror and we beat Infect. And then we lost to Beans pretty badly, and we lost to Goblins pretty badly twice. I think a lot of the losses here can be attributed to the pilot. Looking at you, pilot. It's me. I'm the pilot. I like this a lot more. I like this a lot more than the other versions we played on stream so far. This feels like what you're supposed to be doing with Jewel, where you have a redundant combo engine here with your 12 copy effects that are all blue for force. I love that. I love the sideboard plan, Wormcoil, Lodestone. Obviously, that did not work out against Goblins, which is my fault. It just clearly this was not the sideboard plan versus Goblins. Or maybe it's like a hybrid sideboard plan where you only bring in Wormcoils and you keep in your combo or something like that. Like cut force, bring in Wormcoil. That might have even been better. Because like you can't force a Cavern Goblin, but you can force like the Goblin after the name sticker Goblin, and you can force Null Rod. So it's hard to say. I don't know. Ask Tony. He'll know. But like against the blue decks in the format, like the Delver and stuff, this Lodestone Wormcoil plan looks sweet. Like I think against Sultai Beans, this plan would have been pretty sweet. It just didn't work out. But yeah, clearly my lack of knowledge about the Goblin deck came to bite us in this set. But overall, like we still went 2-3. Maybe we could have gone 3-2 if I played a little bit better. So not too bad. So definitely thanks to Tony. I did enjoy this. I enjoyed this version of it a lot more. It kind of It plays like I think it should play in my mind, where you're trying to do this broken turn 1 rings and turn 2 jewels and combo off, and it plays a lot cleaner in my head with this whole fast mana situation. I do not know if Pete Bog is really what we want to be doing with our lives. Maybe this is an island. Maybe this is a crystal vein, is what Tony had suggested. I am not a big fan of the Pete Bog, but the scary was fine. I don't mind the scary. Transmute artifact and copy artifact and stuff do require the blue mana, so I like that. I'll be interested to see how this deck progresses. Make sure you check out Tony Scaponi's channel, who donated for this league. If you like this kind of deck and want to see it piloted by a more in tune and competent pilot. But again, thanks for Tony. If you want to see your deck list played on this channel, you can do that. Patreon link in the description below will give you all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. That should be it for Legacy for the time being, hopefully. I will do Legacy ones because Legacy is pretty vintage adjacent, but I want to keep them on the minimum and keep doing the vintage content. That's what we're best at here. And I can only suffer and play so badly so much before my brain melts. If you're interested in the vintage content, more vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this YouTube channel. I'll see you then.